Let's start here on Lakeway, just east of Holly. Lakeway ends here. You can see there's no bicycle lane on Lakeway. We're going to cross Ellis Street, and Lakeway ends here, and Holly begins on the other side of this intersection that we are walking through now. Holly proceeds northwest, so it's got a 45-degree turn to the right from leaving Lakeway. The new bicycle lane starts on Holly after we cross Ellis Street. We're heading northwest right now, having turned right 45 degrees, leaving Lakeway and entering Holly, and that's where we're on right now, the sidewalk of Holly. The bicycle lane here is almost like a standard bicycle lane, nothing special. It is outside of the parked cars. That will change after State Street. This has been repainted and it's a buffered bicycle lane, unlike what it was before. There's nothing remarkable about this bicycle lane at all compared to what it was. Things would change again after State Street. Traffic here is unusually light considering this is a Monday morning immediately after New Year's and Christmas holiday break. The street we're about to cross here is Billy Frank. This is a very popular route for bicyclists going to and from Western Washington University, which is off to your left as you see it here. Here is the bicycle box for bicycles to wait to turn left onto Billy Frank. Now we're now between Billy Frank and High Streets on Holly. This gets busier with bicyclists, especially during the school season at Western. Today is Monday, 2 days prior to the beginning of this winter quarter at Western. That may be why this area is very, very quiet, considering we're on the first Monday after a holiday season. It feels kind of like a Sunday morning, but this will change once classes begin at Western. There is a lot of bicycle traffic between downtown and Western Washington University. We are now getting close to High Street. Similar to the previous intersection at Billy Frank, we also have a bicycle left turn box, as you can see here. High Street is also a fairly popular bicycle route to Western Washington University. The bicycle lane has not changed much at all. It is still on the outside of the parked cars. We are now transitioning from High Street to Garden Street, which is the next street here. I like to point out that although Garden Street also proceeds up the hill to Western Washington University, it is tricky. There is no bicycle lane on Garden Street going to your left. And it goes up a few hills, and the traffic is very heavy. The traffic is heavy here on Garden Street because Garden Street is the only way you can drive a car from downtown quickly to the parking lots at the south end of the Western Washington University campus. Now we're about to cross Garden Street to the block of Holly between Garden Street and Forest Street. There are some very important things I'd like to talk about this block. Many buses that come from the Western campus come down this block and turn right on Forest, which means the right turn for many buses will conflict with the bicycle lane here. This issue is rumored to be an issue that's quite strong and may result in changes of the configuration of the bicycle lane here. There have been a few near collisions between buses turning right and bicycles coming down the bicycle lane. Many bicycles will be quite fast since this is a downhill section, and bus drivers may not see them, especially at night. So please be very careful with this intersection. We're here right now. We're waiting for the light here. Unfortunately, many bicyclists would not wait for the light, and this can invite collisions. So again, many buses will be turning right here. Now that the light has changed, now we're on the block of Holly between Forest Street and State Street. The bicycle lane is still outside of the parked cars here. However, that would change after we cross State Street, which we're coming up on now. There'll be a change in the bicycle lane and the parking lane. So the bicycle lane would be inside of the parking lane for the rest of the journey of this bicycle lane until it ends on Bay Street and Prospect Street. As we come up to this intersection here, which is State Street, please look very carefully at what the bicycle lane is going to do immediately across this State Street right here. State Street is one way going to your left. Therefore, yes, you will see a bicycle left-hand block, which is the green block on the pavement right there, just to our left. Now, look carefully, please. The bicycle lane is going to make a sharp turn to the right to follow the curb. If you are speeding down this bicycle lane and not paying attention, you may just hit that white parked car right in its rear if you're not careful. That's not very nice. There you see the bicycle lane as it makes a sharp right turn, and it's lined up with the curb, and it's inside of the parked cars. Note there are also several soft bollards, like the one you see there, to delineate between the bicyclists and the cars and serve as a warning for drivers who wish to turn right that you are about to enter a bicycle lane. This configuration will continue for the rest of the bicycle lanes route. We are on Holly between State Street behind us and Railroad Avenue in front of us. You can see the bicycle lane now making a quick jog to the left to follow the traffic across Railroad, and the curb also follows left. This is another quick turn you need to watch out for, especially if you're coming down this hill at speed and at night. Note the bollards, which serve as a warning to drivers to please be aware of a bicycle lane on your right. We're going to cross Railroad. Note that the bicycle lane goes straight. There is a bicycle left turn box that we are walking on right now. We have now reached the other side. Note that once again, the bicycle lane takes a sharp jog to the right to be inside of the parked car lane. Note the soft delineators here and the double buffer between the bicycle lane and the parked car lane here on Holly between Railroad and Cornwall. Please carefully note how well the buffer protects the bicyclist from opening car doors. Railroad behind us and Cornwall is ahead of us here. Note, please, that this alley we're crossing is very busy. I would suggest that you avoid using the alley and staying on the main roads. Also note the soft delineators to the left of the bicycle lane. Once again, they warn drivers there are bicycles to your right. Now, the bicycle lane now heads back out into traffic as we cross Cornwall. Cornwall is two-way, and yes, there will be a bicycle left turn block, which is the green block you see right ahead. And as soon as the light turns, we'll be walking next to that block, crossing Cornwall. Pretty much nothing remarkable here. We're now back on Holly. The next street is Commercial. Once again, you see the bicycle lane doing a jog to the right to go inside the parked cars. Again, we're on Holly now, headed towards Commercial Street, and there'll be some interesting changes after Commercial Street. This will be the last block where the bicycle lane is inside of the parking lane, because the next block unfortunately has some very interesting transitions which can prove to be dangerous if you're not very careful. We're crossing Commercial right now. The parkade is the building you see on your right. Here we see the bicycle lane jog to the left to be out into the traffic. As it crosses commercial street that we're about to cross right now, there is a bicycle left turn block right here. And we wait for the light to change. Now remember, I'm a pedestrian. I'm not a bicyclist right this moment, so I need to follow the traffic laws as a pedestrian. Now here we're ready to cross. Now please note very carefully, the bicycle lane is going to be jogging left here, not right as in the past, because it has to go to the other side of the parked cars, and there will be an additional right turn only lane up ahead. So if you're coming at speed down here, please be aware of this. Otherwise, you might hit that silver parked car you see right in front of us. The lane that turns right on the right-hand side of the bicycle lane is the right turn lane to go on to Bay Street and Prospect Streets. So if you want to continue going straight on Holly Street, you stay on the bicycle lane here. Please note that the bicycle lane is striped to give you warning about traffic. In addition, you can see that it's quite well worn. The paint is wearing through from many tires and many cars who wish to make this right turn lane onto Prospect Street. So let that serve as a warning. Many bicyclists, including myself, if we wish to proceed on Holly Street, will dismount and walk on this sidewalk as we are walking right now and cross Prospect and Bay with the light to continue on to Holly Street. Here you can see the bicycle lane from the other direction and see how well worn it is. Now, if you are a bicyclist wanting to turn right, please get into the right turn lane with the traffic to proceed to the right onto Prospect, or simply walk your bicycle as I'm doing here. What I'm going to do here, although this is the official end of the new bicycle lane, I'm going to walk across Prospect and Bay Streets to show you the alignment between the end of the new bicycle lane and the old continuation of the bicycle lane on Holly. Again, we're at the intersection of Prospect and Bay Streets and Holly. We're going to cross here at this crosswalk as a pedestrian, since I am walking through this tour. The street sticks out here, the curb sticks out here enough so we will be in alignment with the end of the new bicycle lane. See how it is in line with this existing old bicycle lane on Holly. There is the end of the new bicycle lane on Holly, the one that goes straight ahead. And that lines up precisely with the old bicycle lane that's been here for years before this project has started. So I think that's it. As with all of my videos, thank you very much for watching. If you see me dancing in the street, stop me and say hi. And of course, may my most loving heart reach out to you all. I love you all. Goodbye.